Feast TV is brought to you with the support from Missouri Wines, Caldy's Coffee, Old Time Produce, and the Raphael Hotel.
Get ready for a taste of Asia. I'm Cat Neville, and this is Feast TV. The foods of South and East Asia are varied and vast and absolutely delicious. So in this episode, we're going to travel to Korea and to China. But first, we're going to stop in Japan by way of Lenexa, Kansas. Let's check in with the folks from Chewology.
We're inside of Lenexa Public Market. It's a new development area and there's a lot of things going on here. With our concept, we're bringing in a lot of new things. We do izakaya style food and we hand rolled and handcrafted dumpling, gyoza. So we want to be able to showcase how to make it. So having a demo kitchen, we get to have a lot of cooking classes and interact with the community. Why do I want to launch a restaurant? Because I'm crazy. But no. I have an MBA and then I work in restaurant industry throughout college and grad school, and I just love the passion and love like the craziness that's going on. My mind is just, I want food, food, food. That's what I want to do. So 7 years ago, we moved to Kansas City, and that was the time I started actually looking into what I want to do and what's the concept. That's how we all started, was the Gyoza concept, and then they just keep on rolling and rolling and rolling, and then turned into this izakaya place. Sakaya, that means like a sake bar, and I means to stay. So izakaya, it's a place for you to stay and drink sake. Gyoza is Japanese pan-fried dumplings. We make everything fresh in-house, from rolling the dough to seasonal ingredients. So we don't always do the same thing, and we have the freedom and creativity to do like what is the best in the season. This weekend we added our goat cheese gyoza, so that can either be a savory or a dessert gyoza, and it's goat cheese inside and mix it with a little bit of honey and chopped apricot and chopped almonds. Really amazing. If you love goat cheese, you're gonna love it. We do poke here, and we're working with Seattle Fish Company, so we get to like have fish fly in every day. That's one of the really popular items. Our turkey meatball, it's a really fun one. I really love that one. It's like 3 meatballs and an egg yolk and like sauce. People are just like loving it every single time. I have people, they don't really want to eat the egg yolk. They're just so scared, but they order it just so they can take picture for Instagram.
So Katie and I are upstairs at the public cooking demo space in the Lenexa Market, and you're going to teach me how to make gyoza.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm excited.
So I'll start with pork. That's one of the most basic ones. So I'll add in the soy sauce, and this is sake.
Okay.
And I have mirin.
Which is sweetened rice wine.
Sweetened rice wine, and sesame oil.
So Katie, you have an MBA.
Yes.
Why did you fall in love with cooking? Like, did you grow up cooking with your mom, or what is it that made you love this?
First, I'm Asian. Asian family just love to cook and love to eat. So yeah, I cook with my mom, cook with my grandma for a little bit. And so throughout my college and grad school, I've been working in the kitchen. I just love the environment and love the craziness that's going on in there. And I'm just glad like this is part of my journey now.
Well, I think everybody here is probably glad that it's part of your journey, because the food is really interesting and you're creating things that a lot of folks wouldn't find elsewhere. So I think it's really cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My husband's a health freak, so he only eats all natural ingredients, so that's what we try to do in the restaurant because I'm never at home again, and I want to make sure he'll be able to come and see me and eat here instead of like going somewhere else to eat his healthy food, so that's why we use all natural ingredient here.
Because of your husband?
Because of my husband. So this is just shredded cabbage, minced ginger, a little bit brown sugar, and white pepper, the salt, and the green onion. These are hot water dough because for gyoza, you want to use hot water when you're mixing the dough. So it will actually absorb the water more when we're steaming through it. Otherwise, it will be like drier if you use cold water.
Good to know.
So I like to start with pressing the center.
Okay.
So just roll it twice and then switch side and then do it again. So there we have our dumpling skin. And so I mix in the filling. Everyone has different way of folding, but our signature style is just fold the center first.
Okay.
And then one pull to the center, and then another pull just a little bit from behind back to the center, and one more, so 3 fold.
Like that.
Yes, you make perfect gyoza.
Thank you. Look at that. So this cooking method, it's really fun to see it happen because of the way that you sear, steam, and then sear again.
Yes, and it's healthier. You still get that like crunchy bottom, but you don't have to deep fry. So that's our gyoza.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Katie, yay, thank you.
Yeah.
I have eaten many, many gyoza, and I have never seen, you call it the gyoza wing?
The gyoza wing.
I've never seen that before.
It's like eating potato chips almost, the Asian style.
I love it.
So here we have the best sauce ever. So it's like soy sauce, sesame oil, mirin, ginger, a little bit brown sugar, and fresh herbs.
That is perfect. This is the platonic ideal of what a gyoza should be. Thank you for teaching me this.
You're welcome.
You can tell how good it is because you just want to shove the whole thing in your face. I love it.
All the time.
Thank you, Katie. We're gonna stay here and eat gyoza. So now I'm here in Colombia and I'm going to check in with Jina Yoo. Her Asian bistro just turned 10 years old and she's about to launch a brand new concept based on steamed buns. Let's go in and meet her.
I am from Seoul. I came to the United States after graduating college. I majored in music. And I grew up since I was 6 playing piano. And then I went to college with it. I kept thinking that this is not what I wanted to do for my life. So it was my mom's passion and she wanted me to be a pipe organist and then I became one. And then after that I was thinking, you know what, I have to look for something different. And I thought that I was gonna be successful in restaurant because I did a lot of cookings for families. You know, we just get together, we're a huge family. My mom has 10 siblings, my dad has 9. And I used to volunteer at church a lot, and so normally I was a charge for cooking 200 people or 300 people sometimes. And so I did a lot of that, and I was thinking, you know what, I really like cooking, so why don't I start having a restaurant? So the way that I see food is very, very different. So almost I feel like I'm composing what kind of story that I'm gonna make with this food. Am I gonna make sad salmon or funky salmon or really angry salmon? You know, it's almost okay, how do I feel today? So that's what I normally do with my regular customers. They come in and they don't have any menu. They go, okay, cook whatever you want. And now I have so many supporters and so many customers who believe in what I do, so it's been great.
And Now, after a decade of business at her Asian bistro, Jina is working on a brand new concept, Labao, to launch this year in Columbia, Missouri.
My architect, he's actually in St. Louis at the space, and he's specialized in restaurant design. I invited him over here, and then I told him, this is who I am right now, and I want to have a total opposite. So this is more like intimate, upscale, and comfortable, but elegant. Bao concept is more easy and more fast casual. So bao is a kind of Asian sandwich, but it's steamed. There's no butter in it, so there's yeast, flour, and a little bit of sugar and then salt. That's pretty much it. So like a sandwich, the same thing. Like a pizza, same thing. You know, you put it in like a lot of different ingredients.
So what are you going to show us today with these buns?
So in the bun, traditionally, put in a pork and chicken with a cabbage and garlic and ginger and stuff like that. But today I'm putting in chicken pot pie, apple pie, and then we're gonna have one breakfast. So we have cream, and then put in a yeast, baking powder, some sugar, and then salt. Okay, I'm gonna add this flour.
Now these buns, they are totally white and soft and a little bit sweet, and they're just a really nice base. How long did it take you to kind of perfect this recipe?
I've been thinking about it for 4 years.
4
actually.
years?
Yeah, it was a long journey. So this one is a chicken pot pie. This is pepper jack cheese and mozzarella. We shredded it. And this is black forest ham. This is egg soft boiled exactly 6 minutes, and soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, and then mirin.
So this is kind of like a ramen.
Breakfast, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks amazing.
And I'm making an apple pie. This is caramel with a roasted Fuji apple.
Put that on the steamer.
Steamer, yep. So this is probably typical examples of my bao specials you're gonna find in my restaurant, along with the ramen noodle. Another thing that we're serving is gonna be bingsu, which is from Korea. We don't typically serve Korean food, but I brought the machine from Korea and it creates actually snow. And then we put it in a lot of alcohols in it, and then there's some non-alcoholic items as well. But it'll be so much fun with a lot of fruits and ice creams and gelatos.
So we're looking forward to Jina's new fast casual concept, Labao, to launch this year here in Columbia, Missouri.
We are at Seoul Garden. This is our second location in Creve-Coeur. We've been open about 2 years. We always had a restaurant business. Ever since I was 2, we had a restaurant in Korea actually, but my father had this whole American dream thing, so we came in the States. I think just like every other immigrant, my parents worked really hard for about 3 to 4 years, saved every penny, and then bought our own first Korean restaurant. It was in LA, and within a month it went up because of a LA riot. Our restaurant was the first to get burned down. But my father, he's very adventurous. He doesn't know how to give up. So he opened another one in Portland, Oregon. That went well. Then we ended up in Alaska. We had a restaurant there. Now we have a restaurant in St. Louis. So Chinese food is predominantly on a wok, and it's mostly make it as you go. Korean food has a lot more love in it, a lot more soul. So every household back in the day had a thing called jang, which is their own soy sauce. So every different household had a different taste of their own soy sauce. So even if you make exact same soup, it tastes very different. Korean food is predominantly based off of that. Korean have many little side dishes and maybe one kind of main dish, and everyone shares that. It's a very sharing, communal experience. That's how Korean food really is. Banchan is just little side dishes. Seoul Garden, we typically have 12 to 15 different banchan every serving, every customer. Kimchi is predominant banchan. It's like the main banchan. If you talk about Japanese food, you think of sushi. If you talk about Chinese food, you're thinking about stir-fried, lo mein, etc. If you think about Korean food, kimchi is the first thing that, is what represents Korean food. With that kimchi, you can make kimchi fried rice, you can make kimchi soup, and that's one form of banchan. And then there is bean sprouts, spinach, even things like fish cake, little anchovies, anything that, back in the days when moms could get their hands on and make a little dish out of. That's what banchan is, and that's what we eat. That's our predominant main meal, really, and everything else is kind of on the side. So Korean barbecue has been around for a pretty long time. Traditionally, it wasn't a Korean thing. It happened after the war. It's something that Japanese brought in, and Koreans, evolved out of that. You go to every corner in Korea, there's some kind of Korean barbecue store. We specialize in pretty much all the Korean barbecue meat. Probably the most popular is bulgogi, which is thinly sliced ribeye, marinated. And then there are a lot of non-marinated items, like chadolbegi, which is like a thinly sliced brisket, or pork belly. Those, you definitely want to use some type of dipping sauce, and you eat it usually in a lettuce wrap. That's the traditional way of doing Korean barbecue.
So now I'm going to get in the kitchen with Sean and cook up some traditional Korean dishes. Come with me. What's the first dish we're going to make?
We're gonna make stone bowl bibimbap first.
Okay.
Stone bowl bibimbap is veggie heavy, very little meat. If there is any meat, we're gonna just make plain non-meat style. This is a stone bowl. You layer it with sesame oil, and then bowl of rice. The important thing is the rice has to be nice and fluffy. All of these vegetables have been either steamed, cooked, or pickled. A little bit of bean sprout. This is yu choi. It's a substitute for spinach, carrot, and cucumber. This is waterfern. This radish, soybean sprout. Here's some zucchini. Then you top it off with egg. It's our version of salad. It's
I prefer
heartier.
this to regular salad.
Yes, yes, me too. We're gonna do shredded beef soup now. This is mineral salt, a little bit of black pepper, chang. This chang is strictly for shredded beef soup. A little bit of garlic, a lot of green onion and leeks, mung bean sprout, and shredded beef. Then you add broth. This is tangmyeon, which is like a glass noodle. It's made with potatoes. And that's what you get.
Beautiful. So when people come in for the first time, what's the process?
Typically, our waiters and waitress will literally do it for them and then teach them to eat it with the lettuce wrap or show
Kind of
them
guide
how to
them
use.
What's wonderful about this is that it's complex and it's fresh and it's spicy and it's cooked. It has so many different layers. This is the kind of food that you want to keep coming back for more because you're never going to get bored. Right. It's like everything is new and exciting whenever you take a different bite. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this feast with Sean, and next up we're heading to the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make a very simple Vietnamese-style chicken salad with fresh herbs. So to wrap up our Taste of Asia, I am going to make a Vietnamese-style chicken salad. Now, I actually had a chance to visit Vietnam a couple of years ago, and I spent 2 weeks traveling from the north all the way to the south. And what struck me about the food there is it is consistently fresh and vibrant, and there is a wonderful mix of herbs and vegetables that enhance the flavor of some protein, but not a lot. So I'm going to make a very simple and quick salad that starts off by poaching a couple of chicken breasts. And you're not going to just poach the chicken in plain old water. We're going to enhance the water itself with the juice of a lime. It smells so good. I love the aroma of lime juice. We have a tablespoon or so of salt. I'm just going to stir to help that dissolve. So I'm going to add to the water with the lime and salt some of these super hot chopped Thai bird chilies. When you see bird chilies mentioned in a menu, these are the chilies they're talking about. They're small and they're super fiery. You can find them in Asian specialty stores. So I'm going to add a few of these guys in, along with some onion slivers and a little bit of ginger. And this is the interplay of flavors that makes Vietnamese cuisine so distinctive. You have hot and sour, and then you have that wonderful kind of beautiful, almost sweet heat of ginger, and then we're gonna add in the sharp tang of onion. I love Vietnamese food. It's comfort food to me. And that is all we need for our broth. I'm gonna put this on the stove and get it simmering. So the rest of my julienned onion is going in a very large salad bowl. You'll be amazed at how quick and easy this salad is and just how beautiful it is when it's finished up. Now just using standard vegetable peeler, just cut ribbons of this cucumber straight into the bowl. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut my carrot up into matchsticks. Last of the main veggies is just thinly sliced Napa cabbage. I love Napa cabbage. It has wonderful texture. It's beautiful too, isn't it? Taking a look at my chicken breasts, and they are just about done. They're nice and snowy white. They look terrific. Now I'm going to make the dressing, and the dressing is going to share a lot of the same ingredients that the poaching liquid is using. So lime, ginger, chilies. It's going to have that same wonderful kind of bracing balance of acid and heat. And we're going to add some sweet with brown sugar and umami with some fish sauce. If you want this entire recipe, just go to feastmagazine.com. It's all there, including the measurements. It's in the Feast TV section of the website. I'm going to add in a whole bunch of fresh basil and mint and cilantro, and then I'm going to dress this salad with this beautiful dressing. The chicken is cooling over here, just kind of hanging out, and then I'm going to shred it too. It's really key that each bit of this salad is coated with the dressing so that you get that pungent hit in every bite. Now, just going to arrange it on our platter here. It's gorgeous and it smells amazing. All of those fresh herbs and that fish sauce and the ginger. It's wonderful. I'm just gonna go ahead and slice these chicken breasts and lay them on top of the salad. So when you poach chicken, it retains so much of its juiciness. It's wonderful. It's such a delicate way to cook a delicate protein. And by infusing the water with spice and citrus, all of that flavor is now going straight through the chicken. I'm going to pour on just the last remaining bits of the dressing right directly on the chicken. And I'm gonna top it with a little bit more cilantro, some more mint, and crushed peanuts. This is a summer feast, if you ask me. It's so beautiful, and the flavors are vibrant and fresh. I'm going to be pairing this with a sparkling rosé. This rosé is from Noble Ice, which is just outside of Augusta. They have a beautiful winery, and slightly sweeter wines and sparkling wines go very, very well with spicy Asian flavors. So this is going to be a fantastic pair. And yes, I know I am serving this in a wine glass and not in a champagne flute. And the reason is that champagne flutes, the way that they're designed, they're so tall and narrow, they show you the bubble structure of the champagne beautifully, but you can't really get the aroma. So you'll find a lot of folks these days are serving them in wine glasses. So you can really fully appreciate the aroma as well as the color of your champagne. And this sparkling wine smells like strawberries and flowers. It's going to be a perfect pair with this beautiful Vietnamese chicken salad. So cheers to Asian flavors, and I'll see you next time.